condominium? Is that...
That's a condo.
Okay. What's
a
condom?
long fucking word.
It's a balloon.
It's a balloon. Cool. Well, welcome to Peeves and Qs. It's been a while, so we needed to get off to a wild start. I'm Mr. Red, and I've missed you guys. And who's with me? We have Woods, L.
Yeah.
We have Clever Girl.
Yep.
Yep. We have Mischief Gay.
Hey.
And we also have Chocolate Thunder.
Hello.
Carmen Sandiego could not be with us tonight. She's missing, again. Lost in the world. And, hi.
Wow, I just had major deja vu. Shit.
Man, fuck shit.
Man, fuck shit.
What up, guys? It's been a long time.
We may or may not have tried to do one before, but things are better now, so...
Yes. But it's been a long time.
It
Like
has
almost
been
3
so
months.
long. Yeah, we're sorry about that. But we're back. We're better than ever, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So how have you guys been? How are things?
Chocolate Thunder's been really busy. Gay Mischief's car isn't working.
That's about it.
Woods, L. You've been through a lot these last couple of months.
That's true. Whatever.
Cool.
Starting up school. That's
Yeah, that's exciting.
Yeah.
When are you, are you enrolled?
Sounds exciting.
Come on, guys.
Excited.
Pep it up, pep it up.
We need some drinks going in here. I think that's what's happening. We haven't
I think
had
we're
anything to
crashing
drink.
on this sugar. Are you signed up for the classes?
No.
No.
When you
I
gonna
gotta
when you
find a
gonna do
place
that? You gotta find a
first.
place.
Yeah.
Find a place to
To go.
Go.
I've still been just on the edge, deciding if that's what I want to do or no.
What do you think you're gonna do? Do you mind?
She tickled my foot.
What?
Don't make me separate.
What do you think you were gonna do?
Zoology?
Zoology, huh? That's the study of zoos.
No, not really.
I don't
but-
see how much you can get out of something like that. It just seems like you keep
There's
something.
a lot how to
You
know
gotta
on
keep
a
the
zoo.
seals away from the fish, because then they'll eat each other.
No, it's the study of the biology of
As it
animals
pertains
in
to-
general, not zoos.
Okay, well.
But you learn a lot about keeping the animal, what enclosures they need. You learn everything basically about them. So yeah, it does apply a lot to zoos. But a lot of zoologists are researchers. They're studying things in the ocean. They're studying everything.
Neat.
I took zoology in high school, and we had to dissect a bunch of shit.
Are you sure that wasn't
Right.
biology?
It was zoology.
What's the difference?
One is
We learned
study of humans.
more. It's
What?
animals. It's
Or-
strictly
yeah.
animals.
Yeah, just animals.
And my partner always did the dissecting because I was a little bitch.
Yeah, gross.
You were a little bit?
I can dissect anything except frogs. Fuck that shit.
I had to dissect a chicken wing in 7th grade.
Chicken wing?
Yes, a chicken wing.
Wait,
I just pictured an actual chicken wing.
like a
Yeah,
bread,
me
a
too.
breaded.
Well, not a breaded. And that's why I won't eat chicken wings with the bone in them.
Interesting. Those are stupid and hard to eat anyway. So
Yeah, I don't understand why anybody would ever.
Because they're cheap.
We had to dissect a
They're actually.
tapeworm,
A tapeworm?
a giant
How did you
cricket,
inside a tapeworm?
a shark.
Alive.
Shark.
I've done an
Put a
owl
large-
pellet.
An owl
I did that
pellet?
too.
Like an
Oh, we
owl
did- yeah.
poop?
No, an owl pellet.
What's that?
It's
No, it was a
it's
poop.
vomit, isn't it?
I
When
think
they
it's a
vomit it
poop.
up. Maybe it is a
I
poop.
thought it was
Gross.
I thought it was vomit.
Now it's
Because it's
grosser.
got whole bones
Owl pellet.
Don't go back.
Checking. Okay. I found this on the web for Harold Pallet.
in it. Owl pellet.
Hello, pellet.
Hello, pellet.
Siri and I don't get along.
No, we don't, because Siri doesn't know how to spell Carmen Sandiego's real name. And I sent it to Witzkama.
I was laughing. I was like, but nobody ever gets it right anyway.
Right.
Yeah, it'd be really funny if you knew what it was.
Yeah.
But you don't.
Yeah.
I had to dissect pigs. That's what shit.
I did a cat.
Fetal pigs.
Oh,
We
did a
did
cat?
we did a baby
I
pig.
did
I
a
ended up
pig.
doing like 3 of them.
That's must.
Ooh,
They
why?
smell bad.
And my
Oh.
partner, like, this is really gross. My partner took, like, the intestine
No. Okay.
and, like, squeezed it into the pig's mouth.
Oh,
I was like, why are you playing with it?
That's disgusting.
Oh my god.
I think I did 2 because I had 2 partners.
I can't eat
Can I-
shrimp ramen because I dissected a shark and it smells exactly the same.
Can I ask where this
Gross.
partner of yours is now? Is it jail? Because it
I don't
should
talk
be.
to her anymore because
It was a girl.
I
It was a
talked shit
girl.
about her on Twitter,
And she caught you?
and she found out.
Yeah, you
And
were.
now I'm blocked.
You were like
Oh.
hashtag intestines.
Hashtag intestines in the mouth.
It wasn't
Gross.
Oh.
really
She did
nasty
that,
stuff.
ew.
Nasty. One of our sharks that we just dissected had babies.
Oh.
And they're like, who wants to keep one? I'm like,
Ew.
no,
How
thank
big
you.
was the shark?
They're only like,
Yeah, they're like that big.
like the size of a house cat.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Dang, I'm pretty sure they did cats, but I wouldn't do the cat.
It's really difficult because
I
they
bet.
shave their whole bodies except like their face and like their
Oh,
paws.
that's
Yeah, it's really
horrible.
sad.
Ugh, I don't want to think about that.
I was really
refuse to
sad.
do it.
I would never dissect a cat. I would just cry. the whole time.
Sometimes, and their mouths would be like open. They'd be like, it's really sad. I hated
cats,
it.
Cats and dogs, I don't think should be.
Why would they? Yeah, why would they let you dissect a cat? That seems so wrong.
I mean,
Hey, you gotta learn the
I
anatomy.
guess you got to learn.
No, but
Plus,
like in schools, really, like I can see in like
What,
veterinary
where else you
schools,
gonna learn it? I don't know.
but you know,
Yeah, not like high school.
but yeah, there's too many. They need too many cats.
Is
There's a lot of cats in the world.
this place a city or a town?
Live?
It's a town, right?
I'm confused.
I don't know.
Right? Am I
What's
wrong?
the difference? You don't know.
It's a city.
I thought that
I
towns
would
were
say
like
it's a town.
inside the city.
I don't think so.
No, I
Like
think cities are inside
like
the
a-
town.
inside.
I don't think.
I think
a
it depends on
county.
like population. Right?
Yeah, I don't think it's either of those. I don't think.
I think it's the amount of buildings.
Yeah, I think it's like size based on
So
either
what is
population
it?
or geography. Who
They
knows?
say it's the city of where we are.
Why you need to know?
Because this person was asking me, obviously I don't think it's from this country. It's having some issues.
Gosh dang it! It's
Okay.
a city.
Yeah, because they say the city of blah blah blah.
Yep, it's definitely a city.
Wow, captivating. Well,
Anyway,
I've been good. In a desperate attempt to avoid mediocrity, I started another podcast.
yeah, you asshole. If you plug it on here, I'm gonna be really
I'm
mad.
going to. It's called Speaking of Story. It's a podcast that I do with previous host,
Quaffman.
aka Connor, and we talk about stories in all its forms, like movies or books or.
Well, let me ask you
games.
this: on that podcast, do you promote ours?
Yes, I do in every episode. Thank you.
You're supposed to be supportive.
Yeah,
I'm
you're
not.
supposed to be supportive.
I'm not.
Quevagool
Quevagool.
is salty salmon because she's not on it.
Yeah, because you guys are assholes and don't invite me.
I have a question.
What's up?
Where did this term "salty salmon" come from?
Yeah, because I've heard it twice now.
Because
I-
like fish are salty because they live in the sea.
I heard it from the web series Game Grumps.
Oh, another podcast that you're gonna talk
No,
about.
it's a YouTube show.
Whatever.
And I think it's very funny, so I try to use it. Salty
Well, they say
salmon.
like salty spittoon.
Salty spittoon.
Oh my god, yeah.
Salty spittoon.
I don't know. Salty's like a, one of those hot words right now.
Something we talk about in one of our
No,
upcoming
It's
Speaking of Stories
just,
episodes.
I was
Stop.
wondering because because salmon are like freshwater.
She's like,
Go zoologist, go.
Well, I'm just saying because I didn't know, it's a funny term. It's really funny because it's like, everybody is saying salty.
Would you call that
these days.
irony?
No.
Yes, I would.
But
I personally would.
But that's not the true definition of irony. Is it, Mr. Red?
I don't
Mr.
know.
Irony Police?
I don't know anymore. I know a definition of irony. I guess there's many. Who cares? Spongebob the Musical. There is one of those. Isn't
Yeah,
that
did you
weird?
know that?
What?
There's a SpongeBob musical.
Hell yeah, I
I
knew.
knew it, but I've never looked into
It's really cool, how they
It's
get
interesting.
I wanna
Squidward
see
to
it.
mechanically move. It's really cool.
Is Squidward what is Squidward?
It's a
He's a
person.
does
person.
Sandy sing,
And
I wanna go home?
Sandy's black. Sandy's a black woman.
Oh, cool.
Squidward wears pants with an extra set of like legs. So like every time he moves, like all the sets of legs go with him. And it's really cool.
Oh, cool.
He's got
very
this
cool.
awesome fucking tap number. They did it at the Tonys. It was really cool.
I like it.
You're welcome.
Cool. Well, that's SpongeBob. What else does anyone want to talk about?
Nothing.
Patrick.
All right. Well, thanks for listening to Peeves and Qs then.
Have a good night.
Have you guys seen any bits from the Mean Girls musical?
Yes.
I've seen the whole thing.
I have not.
I know all the words to the music.
I've listened
I'm
to all the
obsessed.
music because of this one.
I'm obsessed. I'm literally obsessed with it.
You and Mr. Red.
I watched it on YouTube. It's really good.
He's seen it before all of us.
I know.
Also, yeah,
What's
we
that?
both watched
What's that
it.
about?
That's crazy.
It's good.
And it's funny because if you guys remember one of our recent episodes that we recorded on my birthday, I hadn't seen the
we
movie
watched
yet,
it.
and we watched it together as soon as we recorded. So history was made then.
Nice.
The music's so
Yes.
The
good.
music rules.
I'm just gonna spill this. There's a part in one of the songs, in reference to the movie when Regina George is cheating on whatever
Aaron
his name
Samuels.
is with Salmon, I think is what I just said, with Shane Omen. But in the musical, they change it from like in the upstairs room to in the lion's costume.
Oh.
So like they sing that lyric and then they come out and there's like these two bodies in the fucking lion suit just humping at it. It's so funny.
But it looks like just one big lion costume humping the air. It's very funny.
It's hilarious.
Because they're both in the costume.
In the costume.
It's good. Check it out.
It's a good time.
Well, this is Peeves and Qs, and what we do here is I didn't say this before. We ask each other questions and talk about what's annoying us each and every week. And that's the segment we do first, is the Peeves section. So let's get into it. Who wants to go first?
I have a peeve.
Okay.
Uh-oh. We're getting serious.
Standing up, he's leaving.
No, it's not anything like huge or anything, but I hate when I'm driving and I'm like singing my head off.
Yeah.
And the car next to me decides to drive at the same speed as
I
me.
hate that.
And I'm just like, okay, I have to tone it down because you're driving right next to me and I don't know if you're looking at me or not.
Yeah.
So I'm just like,
I always just put my hand over my mouth.
yeah.
Mhm.
And
keep going.
they keep, so then either they have to speed up or I have to speed up or I have to slow down or whatever. And yeah, that just pisses me off. And also at stoplights when,
When you pull up like right next to somebody.
yeah,
Or they pull
and
up
I'm
next to you.
like, why can't you just pull up just a little bit more? Just like a little bit so that you can't see me.
Yeah.
Do you ever think like people can actually hear you?
I do, all the time.
Yeah.
About that.
I never hear anybody.
Yeah, but I always think maybe I'm the only one who sings in my
Well,
car.
you're not.
Okay, but I think
I
about
give
that.
full-blown fucking concerts in my car.
Yeah, me too.
And usually somebody's like driving next to me. I'm singing at them like, what up? Would you like to be a special guest on my concert?
There's always a weird thing where I'll pull up to a stoplight or something, and I'm always like, I have to pause it, and then I'm like, this is annoying.
Yeah, you get really insecure about it.
I just don't want other people to hear me.
Why?
you
Your voice is gorgeous.
Thanks. But no, I just don't want to feel like I've been caught. I do this all the time. I was in the shower the other day, and I had like music playing. I wasn't singing to it, but I was like whistling along, and Clever Girl, who wasn't here, like you got home during that, and like knocked on the thing, and you were just like, hey, I'm here, just to let you know. And I was just like, huh, and I was embarrassed. Not that there's anything embarrassing about whistling.
Because
to
you're a
music.
really
I
good
hate
whistler.
that too. Like when I'm in the shower and I'm like singing and
Yeah.
I dance in the shower as well.
Me too.
Dance
But like I always like am nervous that somebody's gonna come home and then
And like,
they're gonna hear
just
me.
know you.
Yeah.
And it's not so much them hearing you sing, because like they've heard you sing before.
Yeah.
It's like feeling like you've been caught doing something
Yeah.
that they
Yeah.
don't know that
you know.
Right.
That they're there. Yeah.
There's like layers of awkwardness to it, so I just don't get
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, especially when a lot of your family members give you that look like,
Nobody can see that look, but
hate
it's
that
pretty
look.
priceless.
It's pretty good.
It's just basically a sizing you up look.
That's a good peeve.
Yeah, especially because, like, in the shower, you're, like, working on a part that you're like, okay, maybe I'm not the best at this, or maybe I'm not warm enough, so you're, like, practicing.
I don't know about that.
Why? That's
Everything
what
I
I
say is
do.
perfect,
So I'm sure,
yeah.
like, if someone was outside, they'd be like, man, she really freaking sucks at that part.
Yeah.
I had an audition for, I don't even know what, but I was singing I Miss the Mountains from Next to Normal, because that's like, I love that song.
Good song.
So I was just singing the beginning part over and over and over and over and over again in the shower. And I got out, and my granny was like, I think you know the words to that part now. And I was like, thank you.
I got
Boy, I tell you what, my poor parents, when I was in, like, 8th grade, would listen to literally Green Day's American Idiot's St. Jimmy song on repeat in the shower. Which is, like, the worst song that you could.
Why?
Because it's the most graphic song on that CD.
Maybe.
Even though I don't think it's that graphic, but, like, me in 8th grade, I'm surprised my parents were like, turn off that trash.
I was nervous when you said that's the worst song, and I was like, that's the best song?
Yes, I know.
Okay.
That's why I would listen to it on repeat.
Cool. Where were we?
That was a good peeve.
That was a good peeve, yeah. Very relatable. Who else would like to go? I can go.
You can go.
If nobody else wants to. After we're done chewing ice over there.
Now she's gonna choke.
Now she's choking. So I am a fan of things. I like stuff in general. And
You don't say.
lots of other people are too, fans of things. And oftentimes you're already rolling your eyes.
I didn't mean to. There's nothing to roll my eyes at. Go ahead.
Okay. Oftentimes when people are judging their level of fandom of something, they do it through the lens of knowledge of that thing being the deciding factor. So, like, if you say, hey, I really love, Green Day or whatever, somebody will be like, name 5 Green Day songs. And it's like, why? Why do you want me to? Like, what is it about your brain what is it about your brain that determines that?
Because I just want to prove that you're not as big a fan as me.
Yeah, but that's not what that means. Knowing
I'm just a gatekeeper, I know.
You are a gatekeeper. Knowing things about something doesn't make you any more or less a fan of it.
I believe so.
I don't think so. There's also, like, this thing that happens where somebody's like, oh, I bet I'm a bigger fan of Star Wars than you. Tell me, who was what's
they try to quiz you.
Yeah, they try to quiz you. They're like, what was the name of the guy who built the Death Star?
Well, if you truly loved something, wouldn't you want to learn everything about it?
Sometimes.
Yeah.
Sometimes
You
not.
would.
You would.
But I don't like being quizzed.
I don't think you do all the time. There's a lot of stuff that I'm a big fan of that I'm like...
Yeah, I feel like
fine.
I'm like a huge fan of Harry Potter, but I don't think I know everything about it.
Because you haven't read the books.
Yeah, but
You gotta get on that.
before, I've researched the books and I know what happens in the books, but I don't know every little itsy little bit of detail.
Like, for example, for me, it would be The Lord of the Rings. That's something that I'm a big fan of. Whenever I watch those movies, they're great. I couldn't care less about the books. I've tried reading them. I could not care less about them. And I know very little. Even when I'm watching the movies, a character will show up and I'll just be like, I don't know who this is, but cool, I like it.
Well, let me say this to you.
Yeah, say it.
I
Say it.
truly think of our little group that we have here, I only think myself and Carmen Sandiego are type A people.
Uh-huh.
And so I think type A people do find out everything about their
Can we
specific
talk about what this
fandom.
means really quick?
Type A.
Type A, type
It's,
E.
it's A stands for anal.
No, it doesn't.
Oh, I'm type A.
It does not stand for that.
It does. But it
Beaver blowjobs.
Beaver
It's funny because type B stands for butt, so I don't know what that
Well, then I'm type A and B.
You know what? That's a type.
I'm type positive.
Abs.
AB.
I work in on my abs. No, but type A people are just like very organized and very specific and very detail oriented and
Very proactive.
very proactive.
basically
people.
successful and good at things. And then there's people
But
like
no,
me.
that doesn't mean that. We can have really bad things to be obsessed about.
Yeah. But
all I'm saying is that, like, for people who are type A, that is how I feel like they express, like, their true fandom for something is to learn every detail.
okay.
So they just want to see if you're type A. I don't think you should take it so personally.
Yeah, that's what they're going for.
Maybe.
Are you type A personality?
Well, because if you are, then maybe we can hang out.
All right. Well, for the other 50% of the population,
Well,
For all the butts in the world.
for all the butts in the
Say
world.
I like the same thing. Like I didn't read the last couple books in Harry Potter and stuff, but I really love Harry Potter,
Uh-huh.
and I don't know all the deets.
That's
But
fine. You're
Or the
allowed
tails.
to not
But
Do you know the
them.
tails?
If you ask me about certain species of animals, I got you everything.
Cool.
Because
Well, that I know,
because
I
you-
guess
yeah, you care.
there's always new stuff to learn. But I mean, you know, like so prior to getting the leopard gecko that I got, I had to find out every single detail about them so that I was able to care for them in the proper way.
Do
Like,
you
I
know
know
everything about mermaids?
Do you?
I do know some things about mermaids.
Yeah, but not everything. So you're not,
Not
a real
everything.
mermaid
Not a
fan.
No,
So
I
you're
don't
not
know
so you
everything.
wouldn't call yourself a fan.
So you wouldn't call yourself a fan of animals?
I don't know. I don't think there's a single thing that I'm a fan of that I don't know absolutely everything about.
Game of
Yeah,
Thrones.
well, yeah.
I know as much as you know.
That's not even a little bit true.
Wow.
That's not even a little
I wouldn't
true.
call myself a super fan of Game of Thrones.
Okay, well.
I'm not a super fan of many things except like
Jurassic
Jurassic
Park.
Park and
Power Rangers?
Power Rangers.
Aha! You don't know everything about Power Rangers.
Yes, I do.
Yeah, you don't, though, because...
Yeah, you don't.
because when we watched it together, I asked you a couple questions, and you were just like, I don't know.
I want to know those questions.
I don't remember. It was a long time ago. But I was
think
just
you're
like,
making
what?
shit up.
No, I was like, what's this character all about? And you're like, I don't know. I don't know who that is.
Okay, so you don't.
Yeah.
So basically, what you're saying is you don't like when people like
It's just, no.
try to get you to prove
What?
yourself.
Are you listening? No, it's when it's, people saying that being a fan of something and knowing everything about that thing are the same. They are often tied together because people do tend to research the things they love, but they're not the same thing.
I just think maybe there should be levels of
Uh-huh.
fans.
Okay,
And you
cool.
should be okay with whatever level you're on. And if you want to get to the next level, you've got to do some work.
And if anybody else is not at the same level you are, then that's fine. Don't
Right, but you got to know that that's your level and I'm on this level.
Oh, wow.
Wow. So basically the opposite of what I'm saying. Cool, as long as
No.
we're in agreement.
Listen, I understand.
Well, that was my peeve.
I just don't say I'm a fan of something unless I know everything, I
And I
guess.
say I'm a fan of things that I like, whether I know a lot about it or not.
Yeah, that's just weird.
All right. Who else wants to go? What's coming, Al?
Not yet.
Okay.
It's mainly just a story, and I know it could open up into a huge big topic, but I feel like we've talked about this topic a lot on the podcast. It's just a story that I want to share that just infuriated me, and I just want to share it with you. So I was at work. I work at a dental office, and my boss was working on another dentist, not from my office, but like another dentist, like in the area,
So the dentist becomes the patient.
right?
How the tables have turned.
all
The
dentists,
table.
all dentists go to other dentists to get work done.
I guess
They
they'd
can't
have
work.
to.
They can't work
I
on
was going to say,
themselves.
they'd have to.
So I'm not even in the operatory. I'm in the next operatory, and these just happen to be both male doctors in the room.
Mhm.
And I hear the doctor that's being worked on, so not my boss, but the doctor that's being worked on, they're talking about, oh, yes, it's very expensive to go to dental school nowadays and such, blah, 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 blah. And the one that's being worked on is like, I feel so bad for these young female dentists who are trying to start out in the world and trying to start a family. I about flipped my shit and walked over to that operatory and be like, oh, and young male dentists who are also trying to start a family, they don't have a hardship?
Oh,
That's
yeah.
so dumb.
Mm-hmm.
That
That's
just makes
true.
me really mad.
What about it makes you mad?
So men are your peeps. Because they mine.
Yeah. Well, because, like, when... Last time I checked, it takes 2 people to make a baby.
Uh-huh.
And so why is it only the female's responsibility to have a hardship with it?
Yeah. Yeah. I agree.
Sexism.
Sexism. It is.
That's my peeve. Fuck that shit.
I mean, we have to carry it. And men don't like that we can do things that they can't do.
But that's not my... Like...
But I think that's a lot of it because they just expect that, okay, well, we're going to have a baby, so now we're going to have to take all this time off and be with it and start it up.
Get it going. Pull that ripcord.
Should not even...
And then it's going to take longer because then we lost out on all that time to, like, grow in the business and blah, blah, blah.
I'll have you know that I have another dentist that I work for, female, had a baby last month, was back to work in 2 weeks.
Oh.
Yeah,
2 weeks.
That's
so she
insane.
just pumps in between
Yeah.
sessions?
Yeah,
Or patients?
absolutely.
She does.
That's exactly what she does. That baby was in our office on Friday.
Woo,
Like,
2 weeks.
I was gonna...
cute?
She must not have had any complications.
super cute.
Technically,
baby.
that baby was in the office before it was born.
Well, yeah.
Isn't that weird to think about?
That is really weird. But that's what I'm saying. Like, she's a successful young female dentist.
Mhm.
And so those old guys can just go fuck themselves
I
on
was
that
gonna say,
logic.
I see what you're saying. It's annoying that, like, there's an assumption that men can do it in a way that women will have a struggle doing it.
All I'm saying is these fathers need to step up.
Mhm. It should be equally a responsibility for both parties.
Exactly. Which is really stupid. Here in America, we have the dumbest rules on maternity leave, which isn't even a thing. Like, that's technically not even a thing in America. There's no such thing as maternity leave. You take time off because you have a baby. In other countries, they give you, like, 6 months after you have a baby, and they pay you for it.
That's like half a year.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
To add to that, I think just in general, older people who cannot get out of, like, there's no better way to say this, like a conservative mindset.
Yeah.
Kind
Yeah.
of.
Mhm.
Like, they expect things to always remain how they were.
Very traditional.
And not progress.
Yeah, and not change over time.
Mhm.
But, like, the world's constantly changing, so it's like...
I do not understand at all where these men got this reason that women can't be every bit as good as them.
They grew up watching TV and movies that be like,
That'd be like...
that'd be like, men are the ones that, like, do the things, and women are the ones that, like, are prizes.
But, like, have you seen households? Women,
It's like, I am a prize.
women run that shit.
That's true, yeah. But people...
I just think we don't say anything. I mean, I say something, but I think most women just, like, do their shit and move on.
Yeah.
Whereas a man is like,
not
look at the
worth
stuff
it.
that I do. That's
It's
worth
not worth it to have to say something.
it. That's very true.
Is it? Because, like, this is what happens.
Yes.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's going to cause an even bigger argument because
That is true.
most males are very one-track minded and they don't give a shit about anything but themselves. So he built this table and I built this table, and even though my table looks better, I can't say anything about it because he's a man.
Mm-hmm.
And if I do, then it's an argument. He's still going to win because he's a man.
It's the ego.
Do you think that will change?
Yes.
No.
I think it's changing.
I think
It's trying to.
It's definitely, like,
It will always be
changed
there.
a lot.
It will
I
always
think.
be there because there are always racist, sexist assholes in the world who raise sexist, racist asshole children.
But it definitely, I think, shrinks over time. Like,
I used to think that until this last election.
Well, there was a very vocal minority that's raising its voice very loud, and it's easy to...
Black folk.
No, I mean...
no, the white supremacists.
The white
I don't know what we're talking about.
we're just talking about things. But yes, I agree how annoying that is. I think there should be an equal burden on fathers of children to be like, you have just as much responsibility.
And this is going to be just as hard for you.
Yeah. So, agreed. Cool.
Yeah, I think, yeah. Are we done with that subject?
Yeah.
Yep, sure are.
Who else wants to peeve at us?
Okay, so my peeve, is people who don't understand time.
Uh-huh.
Like,
time is a flat circle.
Like yourself?
No, not late time. Like, when I say that I work from midnight until 8 a.m. and then I go to my day job from 9 to 5:30 and then I go to rehearsal from 7 to 10 and have to be back to work at midnight 4 nights a week, and they expect me to drop what I'm doing and spend time with them. No. And if I get a break, like, I don't want to spend time with you. I want to just chill because I worked for 60 hours in the last 3 days and leave me alone. And then people who don't understand that time and what that does to your body, and then you want to do something and they don't want to do those things with you. Mm-hmm. Like, I've been up for the last 48 hours. Like, you could just get dinner with me. You could just bring me a water bottle because I need it.
Right.
Drives me nuts. Because time is a thing that I don't have a lot of, and other people don't understand. That's my peeve.
I agree. I often experience the same thing.
I understand. But I think I missed something. So you want people to understand that you don't have time.
It's double-sided.
Okay.
If I need you to understand that I don't have time to drop what I'm doing to spend time with you, but when I do have the time,
you want them to drop everything for you.
No, be ready to do something because you're not doing anything.
Okay, gotcha.
If they're not doing anything.
They're not doing anything.
Okay.
But what if they're doing
But what if they are?
Then that's fine. Then I'm going to go to sleep, but the next time it happens, don't get mad at me.
Yeah.
Okay. I got you now.
That's it.
Yeah.
I've been experiencing that a lot the last 3 months, and I'm over it.
It could be rough.
I think it's your caliber of person.
What?
Do you think it's the caliber of the company you keep?
No. It's all... No.
No. Okay.
It's people on all ends of the spectrum.
Gotcha.
Yeah, it can be really hard when you have a friend who schedules just like align themselves just in a way where you're like, we never have time to see each other. And then they're like getting mad at you for it. And you're like, listen, this isn't either of our control. We're just kind of bouncing back and forth right now. It's fine. It'll clear itself up one day, hopefully.
Will it? Will it clear itself up?
It might.
If they care enough.
Yeah.
Probably not. Time is hard.
I don't know how you do it. Do you see, like, shadow people? When you're on that 60th hour of not sleeping?
This conversation took a hard left turn.
You know, for me loving sleep and needing sleep as much as I need it, I have been doing a really good job at not being crazy.
That's good.
Because I thought for sure that I was going to, like, go crazy and have some kind of panic attack, like some mental breakdown.
When she said, I thought she was going to be like, yeah.
Yeah. And
I started naming them.
They're my best friends.
Because I just know that if I don't get 8 hours a night, I'm not very nice.
What is 8 hours? Like
Exactly. So I don't know how you do it.
Yeah, I can't bring myself to go to bed before 1 most nights because I'm like, you know how much time I'm throwing away if I go to bed that early?
I'm the same way. Like, I can function on, like, 3 hours if I need to. If I need to.
Yeah, I could too. Coffee exists.
I did that one time and I thought I was gonna die.
See, you just have to do it more than one time.
Yeah,
I guess.
Once you break yourself, then you're like, I can do anything.
Like, all those times during that summer we did Legally Blind, we'd be out till 6 or 7 in the morning, and we'd have to go to work at 9 a.m.
Mm-hmm.
No.
What's 9 a.m.? I had to be to work at 7:30.
Yeah, you're at work during that time.
Well, I'm getting off work now at 7:30, so...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I agree.
That's my peeve. I hate people that don't understand. my time needs.
Mm-hmm. Cool. Well, that brings us to...
I've been thinking about if I should say this or not.
Mm-hmm.
But, okay, a friend of mine was, I'm getting,
No, he listens
no, it's not loud.
Oh, okay.
Dang. Well, don't say it then. I don't care.
Clever Girl,
I thought it was too.
Clever Girl was cringing so hard she was like crawling up to the wall.
Because I thought it was about something else.
No, okay. So I'm just gonna put this general. People, this brings into what I was saying earlier. Okay, so people who do not do their research before
Talking?
no, but before I guess so, but before taking on a responsibility, like
Ooh, yes.
Yeah.
I'm gonna throw in keeping an animal,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
buying something from the pet store that they think is fun, and then just relying on, you know, what a pet store employee says. Oh, you just need this, and you're fine. Okay, that's not right. You have to actually do more research than a pet store to know what you're doing with an animal. I don't know. Why are you laughing at me?
No.
Aw.
I'm just moving the microphone closer to you.
I yawned
But it
and
looked like a sneeze, and I was waiting, and
Oh.
it went away so calmly, and there was nothing, and I caught it.
I yawned and Chocolate Thunder thought it was the funniest thing in the world.
Yeah. Well,
And it
That
was.
is
Don't get me wrong.
a very good...
well, yeah. I'll
Peeves.
tell this example. I have a friend
Mhm.
who love them, but they don't think. Like, they just don't think about that stuff, like how important things are to certain species of animals, and if they don't have it, they're gonna die.
Yeah.
You know, so that's exactly what happened recently with a friend.
Did the animal.
Absolutely starved to
Oh.
death.
Oh,
What?
That
Yep.
sucks. What animal was it?
a Dilophosaurus. No, I'm just
What?
kidding.
Your friend has a dinosaur and you didn't tell us?
Cool, can I broaden that to people who have babies and don't do research?
Oh.
Gah.
Yes, you can, because,
God.
yeah.
Gah.
Like the sound babies
Oh
make.
my god.
Gah, gah.
God.
Oh,
my
because
gosh.
people who just like literally fumble through life with a child, I feel so bad.
I don't know anything about raising a child, so that's
She don't know nothing about birth and no babies.
Nope, I don't know nothing about birth and babies. That's
There's-
gonna be a tough one when it comes to
Like you have to do a lot of research, and it is very easy to mentally fuck your child up.
Yeah, that's something that's not like, you know, that's a human being.
Yeah, as simple as literally if a child falls and you either say, you're fine, or you say, it will be okay. Like, you say either of those things, that child either grows up to be, like, not able to connect with their emotions because you said, like, you're fine, you didn't get hurt, it's a complete lie, or you're like, it will be okay. You teach them, like, this sucked, but I will get through it.
Never thought about it that easy.
I know, right? Like, it's so easy to fuck your kid up.
We were doing these training sessions at the museum, and they were, because whatever, it doesn't even matter. So we're doing these training sessions, and the first one was about your child's ability to learn and how they're going to, like, end up as a person.
Mm-hmm.
And your child develops its reading skills between the ages of 0 and 18 months.
Mm-hmm.
Whoa.
So if you don't take that time and, like,
Read and show.
read to
and-
them and like actually say words and not talk to them in like baby talk
Oh,
and stuff
I-
like that,
Yeah.
they won't, otherwise it won't develop. So then she went on to say that in that specific area, 97.3% of kids cannot read above a second grade level for the rest of their lives because they didn't have that when they grew
That's
up.
what I'm saying. You have to be so proactive as a parent.
Yeah, I have an example about that. Actually, I know this person, and there's a couple of them actually, but they didn't take any, like, they don't do anything with their child, and their child is about, I think, oh gosh, how old? Like, 4 or 5. I don't know the ages of kids, okay? But anyway.
Okay.
Oh, hold on. I was really judging you.
I don't know, but they can't read, or they can't talk. Is what I'm saying.
That's what I can't stand.
And they just point and they just do stuff, and it's bad. It's bad. Like they're so far behind, and they're like, "Oh, I think she's autistic or something." And it's like, no, I don't think so.
It's
I
like,
think
no,
this child
you
hasn't
don't
learned.
make
One
this
of
child do
my
anything.
coworkers the other day was talking about this lady she knows who has like this 6-year-old daughter, and she like goes to preschool or kindergarten or whatever, and she still shits her pants.
Oh, wow.
First
They,
of all.
they
Why did you
normally,
say it like that?
they, they normally don't
First
even
of all,
let you
I thought the
go.
same thing.
Yeah, okay, so she still shits her pants. And like her mom will like openly call her a freak.
Oh, that's
no,
awful.
that's not
But
okay.
like, not like talking to her, but like if like somebody,
Someone's talking about her.
yeah, like if she's talking to somebody and like her daughter does something weird or whatever, she's like, "Sorry, my daughter's a freak." Like right. in front of
Oh
her.
my gosh.
At least
And
that's a little better.
No.
yeah, well, no, but like.
Yeah, directly.
But like
saying,
kids
I
at like
suppose.
school, I guess, will be like, well, "We don't want to play with you because you smell."
Because you're a freak.
Oh,
Shut
yes.
yourself.
Wow, that's surprising. Normally they don't even let you go to school if you're not
Yeah,
potty trained.
definitely not.
Yeah.
Who's there changing her diaper? I wouldn't if I was a teacher. Call her mom every time.
Yeah, it's not my responsibility.
That's so sad.
I don't know, but poor teachers have it bad.
I could never
That's
be
true.
a teacher or a parent.
We'll be a parent.
I definitely
What
want
if
to
you
be.
had a kid who you had to
Honestly.
homeschool?
Who's having a kid? Not me. I ain't popping no babies out of this hoo-ha. This is hoo-nah.
They're just called C-sections,
Beautiful.
you know?
Yeah, but you can
Call
only
this
get a
C, no
C-section.
scars.
No
You
scars.
can't request one.
What?
A C-section.
No,
you
you
have to
can't.
You can't request one?
No.
No, you have
That's
to,
dangerous.
actually
Is it?
need one.
Yes.
Yeah.
That is cutting into
Please just
you.
cut
Yeah,
my
they
surgery.
just cut you right
Surgeries.
open.
That's all surgeries.
Ugh.
Birthing a baby is not a surgery. That's natural.
It's like getting a tumor out. But the tumor is a baby.
Yeah, that's a
I'm
surgery.
with you.
Thank you.
That's invasive and very high risk.
Babies are invasive. They just invade
And
your
very high
uterus.
risk.
They do.
They're like a parasite.
I didn't
Stop.
Alright, so, do you want to ask the first question?
Well, Gay asked the first, or said the first peeve.
yeah,
So you can go with the first
Gay asked
question.
First question.
Okay. Okay, so does anyone else have like? I heard a weird noise. Sorry.
Is it your ice clinking?
No.
Isn't it driving you crazy?
little
It's
bit.
trying not to.
Don't hear that.
What's wrong?
chair.
Is that the question? Can anyone else hear that?
You're like a cat. You're just like, what was it?
Anyway, okay. Does anybody have like other like voices that they use?
Yes.
For, like, different
yes.
Yes. Yes.
So I have I have my
So
normal
much
voice,
so.
which is like this, and then I have like my ghetto voice.
Uh-huh.
I don't know what her name is, but she's like she's here. And then I have like my like fun little like valley girl. Like, she's fun. Those are like my 3 main voices: my normal one, ghetto, and valley girl.
Awesome. I love it.
Oh my god, yes. I don't even know how many voices I have, but I know I have a dog voice.
Yeah.
that I use when any time I say that a dog says something.
Mm-hmm.
And
What
it's
is it?
like, oh, I don't know what to say.
Crawl around on the fact like a dog doesn't do it.
Yeah.
Well, no, it's like, okay, so like my dog's name is Bridget, and we call her the bridge. And so like it'll be like the bridge wants to go outside. It's hot. Like it's very similar to Mr. Red's porg voice.
Oh, the porgs from Star Wars.
Yeah.
We do a porg thing. Wow, you're really on the spot when you have to do that.
I know, because it's like chewy.
Yeah, it's just like a high pitch, like chewy.
What the hell? That's one of my favorites. But no, like my entire family does that voice for the dog.
Yeah.
Like it's the same exact voice that we all do. And we even do it for the dogs in Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
We talk about them. Like, oh, it's hot.
They'll go up to like be on the wall where it's like just ice and completely frozen, and they have a dog named Ghost who's just like a wolf who's named Ghost, and he's just like, Jan, it's freaking cold up here.
So it's really funny because my parents will not. They like talk to each other, but they mainly talk through the dog
They do.
to each other.
Guys, this is weird.
Oh no!
So like my dad will be like, "Oh, what'd the bridge do today?" And my mom will be like, "Oh, we stayed home. We took a nap."
I love it though.
It's really funny because
Right.
when my dad does it, it's really funny.
They'll be like, did Clever Girl go to the store today and get
The milk.
the milk?
Yeah.
No, she forgot.
Yeah.
What are you doing? Have a conversation with each other. You're right there. But
It's just more fun to do it through the dog. I don't know. I don't think I have any other boys.
We also like to do characters from Game of Thrones, like super northern accents, though. We're like, what's going on there? What's all this then?
I make a voice for like all the people in my life.
I think so too, but they're always the same voice.
Yeah.
Like
Always a
always.
Bridget voice. It's like, what the hell?
No, I do like my mom voice where it's like this. Or it's in recent episodes that
God
I've done.
damn
that too.
it! God damn it! I have a whole mom voice. I have lots of voices.
Mm-hmm.
I've got a mom voice. I also have like a cat voice, but like
Ooh, what's that?
not really like a cat voice. Just like how I talk to my cats is not quite like a baby, but
What's
not
that
quite.
like?
I don't
Do an
know.
example.
It's hard to do. It's hard to do
I
on
don't know.
command.
Yeah, you can't just do it.
Like when you first see your cat when you come home, what do you say?
I don't know.
You don't know.
No, they're just usually sitting there, so I just pet them.
Okay,
Oh,
well,
I say hi to my cat every time I walk in the door. And every time I leave as well.
Yeah, I always tell my dog when I'll be back.
Yeah.
I always say my dog, his name's Clifford, and I always say Clifford, Clifford, Quiff.
I use a southern accent a lot when I talk.
really?
Yeah, you
I'm
do.
sure people have heard it on the podcast. But it's so hard. But yeah, I am. When I do an impersonation of my mom,
Mm-hmm.
like I know I have a specific voice for that.
This is a bit of a tangent, but Clever Girl's family leaves her TV on all the time so that the dog can watch the Food Network when everybody's gone.
What?
Oh my
Because
gosh.
it's calming.
The
and
dog does not know the TV's
well,
on.
it's very quiet in the house if nobody's there.
Yeah, dogs like that. They live in the forest.
They don't know. Listen, don't tell me how to raise my dog.
All right. Well, good
I do
question.
have a really funny voice, but I'm not going to do it on air.
You don't have to do
I
example.
think you are.
No, I'm definitely
I think so.
It
But
would make a really good
I
radio.
think the fuck you are.
Man, push
You
it.
fuck shit.
So there's a lady that I know. She's in like local community theater or whatever, but like she just all of a sudden switches into like baby talk when she says things. Like she talks to her husband that way,
Oh.
kind of. Yeah, it's really cringy, and she like sometimes says things to me, like not like at me, just to me in her little fucking baby voice, and I just want to smack the shit out of her.
I would say that Mr. Reddit and myself have a couple voice.
Oh, definitely. But it's certainly not a baby voice.
It's not a baby voice, but it's definitely
It's
a
like
couple
cute.
voice. Yeah.
It's always weird whenever I am on the phone and I have people around me that I'm just like, hey, Jed, what's up?
I can tell he's around somebody because he's not talking to me, right?
Yeah.
You're doing it wrong. Try again.
But I would do the same thing if I'm around somebody. I'm like, hi, hello, goodbye.
It's like you're deepening your voice.
I do. Yeah.
It's funny. You know what? Anyone can just do whatever, no judgments. It's fine. But like, sexy baby voice is weird to me.
I also
That
think
sounds-
it's weird.
That sounds
What
awful.
what is that?
Yeah, what is that?
Like just girls that like put on this voice of like,
Oh.
I need someone to take care of me, and it's like,
Oh.
get away.
Cringe.
Gross.
Ugh.
This is the thing that a lot of guys like. It's like a
Ugh.
thing.
That's why men are so
I
fucked
didn't-
up.
Yeah.
I didn't think it was a thing that guys liked. Isn't it just like to get them to shut up and just do what they want?
I don't think so. I think
No?
it's. I think it's.
You have to use a lot more force nowadays with that.
Yeah.
Right.
I suppose.
Yeah. So
That was a great question.
it was a great question.
Wow, you're just killing it today. Just killing it.
Mr. Ed, do you have a question?
I do, but like a fool, I didn't remember what it was. So, do we want to go light or deep?
Let's go light.
Let's go light, guys. What is
I was
the?
gonna choose.
I like to go deep.
I was also going to choose.
We know.
Sounds
Deep
like,
and wide, please.
A is for anal.
Yes.
B is
sounds
for
like we
butts.
have a majority on this one.
Whatever, babe.
I'll just split the difference and say, what's your favorite thing about your job? Everybody likes to complain about their jobs. I want to know what your
I will go.
favorite.
No, Mr. Ed has to answer first.
Well, I
Just kidding.
first?
I will.
Chocolate Thunder. Chocolate Thunder has 3 answers.
Woo!
Yeah, that's
three.
right. You have 3 answers.
No, she doesn't.
Because you got
She
3
does. She has
jobs.
3 jobs.
I gotta have 3 answers?
You gotta have 3 answers.
Well, I still have to go first because you have to go first.
Okay, well, I have a lot that I like about my job, actually. In fact,
I believe the question was
It said one thing.
Okay, have I complained about the guy before on this podcast?
Yes.
Let's call him Max.
Max?
I think you have, but
There was this guy that I hated at work, and he quit.
he was an
ago.
asshole
Yeah.
and would literally harass Mr. Ed.
Pretty much.
Did you
He-
celebrate?
I mean, internally, I was very happy. But yeah, he was just a douche, and he would just like not leave me alone. And
He
just be
literally
like,
would call him out anytime he went to the bathroom.
Yeah, it's like, went to the
I
bathroom
remember
again.
this.
Yeah.
So he quit, and I'm just like, I'm so happy now. I'm so happy.
Fuck that guy.
So not being around him is probably the best thing. But I like that I get to work on computers all day, and especially when I'm a very tech savvy guy, and I like to mod the system or hack the things that I do, and like, oh, I'm going to do a special line of code for this or whatever. And when I can like use tools that I have to like do a job really well, that's probably my favorite thing. Is when I get to like apply my
Your knowledge.
technical knowledge, you know.
Nice.
Because oftentimes I'm just like, I know how to do a lot of stuff on the computer, but I just don't have like a reason to. And so when I have a reason to, and I do it, and it's like on the clock or whatever, something about that's really cool. So that's probably my favorite thing. I just like that I get to sit around on a computer all day. Does the Chocolate Thunder want to go next?
Okay, well, I don't really have 3 answers.
Yeah, well, you have to, so...
No, she can have one.
Well, she just started one of them, so.
Yeah, but I do the same thing I did at the last 3rd job I had.
Have as many answers as you want.
Okay, so all of my jobs, I get to do whatever I want when I want to do it.
That must be nice.
It is actually
That
really
must
nice.
be really nice.
And that's why I don't want to quit them to get another grown-up job, because I had to do real things at the grown-up job.
Yep.
And that was just as miserable.
Mm-hmm.
But like at the bakery, I go in there and like I sit on my ass in a corner for a couple hours and then I start doing stuff. And then
Gosh, that must be really cool.
Sounds great.
it is, except for on order days when people come back there, then you have to like sprint to get to their side of the room or like get up and do something really fast. And then at the museum, nobody comes in there because everything is old and outdated and nobody wants to be there.
Uh-huh.
So
Well, it's a museum. It's all about old and
Well,
outdated
it's not a
stuff.
museum.
It's a children's museum.
It's not even a children's museum. It's fucking children's play place. They need
That
to
was where
relabel it.
Mr. Red and my first date was. Did you know that?
The children's museum?
Yep.
Why?
Because they had dinosaurs there.
Did
Oh,
you
that-
have a child?
No.
No, but we like dinosaurs and
Are you
robots.
sure it wasn't the Sloan?
Oh.
It was probably the
was
Sloan
it was
because
the
you
Sloan.
can't get in the children's museum without a child.
Oh. I thought they were the same thing.
Everyone does.
I'm a child.
Sorry. Okay, so yeah,
Same.
it was it. Sloan.
They have the dinosaur exhibit at Cortland right now.
I do know that.
BT dubs. But that's what I like about that job. And pretty much when I go in there, I get to run shit because they don't know what the fuck they're doing.
That's cool.
That must be nice too.
Yeah.
To be head bitch.
Was that noise? Did you hear it again?
I did. It
heard
sounded
that.
like fireworks.
Fireworks.
Noise.
Let's go fireworking.
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 I totally
Firework
want
it,
to go
bitch.
fireworking.
That is going to be my new ringtone.
Firework bitch. And then at the salon, actually, I don't really like salon jobs.
Not even that you work with Mischief Gay now?
That's great. I love it. It's been
It's been 2 days.
But it's just like the atmosphere is strange because there's like not always something for you to do.
Yes.
Also at the museum. So you're just kind of like sitting there, but you're sitting there in front of people.
In front of everyone, yes. So
And
you
then
have
it's
to
like,
act like you're
yeah.
doing
Do
something.
you do, are you a receptionist or like?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. For now.
I hate
For now.
that, like, you don't have anything to do for your job, but you have to be doing stuff.
Yep.
Otherwise, you'll get in
Hey,
trouble.
listen, we're not complaining about this.
Yeah,
We're-
this is a
we're
good
saying
this
things
is
It's a
that we
good
like.
thing. It's great that you have to pretend to be busy. You just sit there and sit on your ass and get paid.
But you can't. You
I
have to do
can't.
stuff.
Yeah.
When I work in the little area in the Children's Museum, I literally sit in that room in a chair by myself for 5.5 hours and shop on my phone. I pretty much watched the entire second season of 13 Reasons at the museum because that's how bad we've been.
Because it's summer.
It's really cool.
But that's usually when we're busy. But
I would kill to have a job where I could have TV or something playing on my phone. I can listen to podcasts, and that's the closest thing.
I can't even have my phone on the floor.
I'll die.
Yeah, it sucks. But things that we like about our
But
job.
things we like about a job, Mischief.
Gay.
I don't know. I don't know how to.
He likes to see me.
I was gonna say you have some pretty awesome clients.
That's right.
I mean, that's the thing. I
We
guess.
are
I guess the main thing is when your clients are satisfied, then you feel like.
Okay,
Bitch, I
all
did that.
right.
Okay.
We got a good worker over here. Got a good employee.
So
Brag about
I guess
it.
that's the main thing. Also, yeah, it's kind of pretty chill. I get to kind of
Relaxed.
when I'm not doing anything, I'm gonna sit in the back or sit at the makeup station on my phone and just. So
Speaking of makeup station, I already told you guys I was going to get my eyelashes done tomorrow. I'm excited.
I can't wait to see. That'll be awesome.
What about you?
I actually will name a couple of things that I like.
Only one.
Nope, I'm gonna name a couple
Okay,
because
cool.
they're very short.
Alright.
I have 2 really awesome. Well, I have a lot of good coworkers, but I have 2 other assistants that I work with
Mhm.
that just keep me sane. One that is a year older than me, and we both have just the weird brain damage of things that have happened to us and depression, anxiety, and understanding what that's kind of like and dealing with it.
Mm-hmm.
She kind of has it a little bit worse than me, so I do feel a little bit better about myself when I'm I'm not that bad.
Yeah.
But she's probably the reason that I've been able to stay there. Otherwise, I would just not.
Yeah.
And I have another one who's older than me, and she just gets it. She's like, you don't have to do that shit. She just tells me exactly how it is. And I really like that. I also really like that I am very tech savvy at my work. And a lot of people ask me to do tech stuff, and I feel really good about myself. And then I look at Mr. and I'm like, see, I am tech savvy. And then I really like when we have really gnarly, nasty surgeries that I get to help on.
Oh, gross.
They're freaking sweet.
Yeah.
What?
I love
Like the
assisting on extractions.
that's nasty.
the blood? Do you like
Yeah.
that?
Yeah. I wouldn't say it's the blood that I like, but it's
Is it
getting
like
something nasty out of someone's mouth. That's what I like doing.
So it's the initial getting it out, kind of popping a pimple.
Yes.
Okay.
It's getting a necrotic tooth out of a jaw. Yeah, I like doing that.
Necrotic.
Okay.
Yeah.
Necrotic damage, Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm sure
I
desperately
get
trying
it.
to cling to things I
That's
know.
the train.
Twist it
The
out.
train game?
Yeah.
The train game.
I love pimple popping, so I get that part.
Yeah,
but-
it's like that.
Do you
Or-
watch those videos?
Yep.
yes, I do.
I think you watched one of those videos on when you were like signed into my account once because it was like there was like a month
Did I?
where it kept recommending
That
like,
is
these
so funny.
acne extraction.
I probably
videos, and
made
was
you
like,
look one up that was just like unreal.
probably.
I watch them sometimes.
Why?
Oh my god. Because they're like
They're therapeutic. They help me fall asleep.
They help you. From,
Because it's just like
so bad someday.
it's therapeutic. Yeah,
Mm-hmm. I
That
wanna do
is disgusting.
that must be an type A thing.
Speaking of popping stuff, well, it's not really popping stuff, but there's this
Okay.
video.
I'm really nervous.
No, I want to show you the video though.
I'm not watching it.
I'm just going to tell you about it instead.
Okay.
I'll
There's a
probably
video.
want to see it.
Of this like foreign country, and they're all like huddled around this thing. And they're cutting this thing open.
What is it?
Yeah, I saw that.
It's a huge fucking. You follow me on Twitter,
It's
so you
on
probably
Twitter,
saw it.
yeah.
It's a huge fucking snake, and
This
they're
was
cutting.
insane.
They're cutting the snake open. There's an entire body in there, like full grown ass man body, feet to head, everything. And they're like cutting it. It's disgusting. It's so gross.
I thought how insane.
Was he dead?
Oh.
Very.
Well, yeah.
I thought how crazy it was
Could you
because
imagine if he was
like
alive?
the entire village is like around
Yeah.
watching. So I thought like, what if this was like just happened? Like the snake just attacked and the guy's still alive.
I thought he was gonna. I thought that's why they were cutting it open because
Yeah.
they were trying to like get him
Probably
out.
to get him
Trying
out
to see
to
who it was.
But like it was
and
dead.
to bury them.
It's pretty
It
foul.
was gross.
Disgusting.
I watched it one night during Avenue Q, and I was back there in my little house, and I was like,
Oh.
Oh my god.
Now I've
and then I had to turn around and go sing. I'm like,
Yeah.
okay.
I've got to see it.
Ugh.
It's pretty much
I've seen a nasty one, and I think I actually showed it to Mr. Red
Mhm.
about. You know what tonsil stones are?
Oh yeah, you did. You aimed this
It
at
is
me and it blocked my
crazy.
eyes.
Okay, so like
Oh,
some
this
people get these. It's like a kidney stone, but in your tonsil, and all you have to do is like press on it, and normally they like, come out, and it might just be like a little white dot of calcium buildup or whatever. Stop, Mr. Red.
No, I'm honestly, this is getting to me.
But like this guy, and it showed it. He like put his whole finger on his tonsil and pushed on it, and just all this shit came out of it. It was
Oh.
insane.
I would like to watch that.
I wish I could find it for you again, but
Stuff usually doesn't like get to me, but
that one was
occasionally
that one got me. I was like,
oh, I'm gonna be sick. So that's your favorite thing at your job? Is,
Yeah.
like, the extractions. Of,
the actual procedurals. Yeah.
what about the Woods Combat Hill?
I guess the only thing I can think is that I can make my own schedule.
Oh, that's cool.
Pretty much that's it, cause that's it.
That would be awesome.
Cause I'm just excited to get like a real job. Like I can't say real job, but I mean, a job where it's steady.
Mm-hmm.
So that I know I don't have to go into each month thinking, okay, I have to make this much, I have to call people, I have to organize all this stuff so that I can make money. But,
Yeah.
and I end up doing the weirdest stuff too. The weirdest stuff.
Are you
I
still
don't even
doing
know.
the house thing?
Yeah. And I'm like bulldozing coming up. Brush hog, sorry, it's a brush hog. Going through the back some property. It's just the weirdest things I find myself getting into.
Yeah. Sounds like
I've
it.
had
You do get into some weird things.
just so many things.
I'm trying to figure out what it is you do based on this conversation, and I just can't.
Freelance. I'm gonna go with that.
Okay, freelance.
But mainly I
She
think-
runs over men with brush hogs.
No, like
For money.
mainly
For
cleaning
sexual
houses.
favors.
Sexual thing.
For,
Yeah.
but usually older people.
Hmm.
And then pretty much anything else I can, which there's a lot of stuff out there that.
Guys, please.
Wait, what? I don't-
Nothing, y'all go listen to the episode.
Yeah, I have to listen and find out. Well,
Also, good question.
thank you. I feel like I was gonna say something, but I just don't know. I would love to set my own hours. That would be
Me
awesome.
too. Because working like 7 to 6 is bullshit.
It is.
Tell me about it.
Yeah, I can't imagine.
Yeah.
I can't imagine what you go through.
Like, it's not that bad, almost. It fucking sucks to have to work midnight shift. That's the only thing that's bad about it. Because the anxiety you have when you have to go to bed at like 7 o'clock is so terrible. And it
I
never
bet.
goes away.
7 a.m.?
No, 7 p.m.
Oh.
Because you gotta be there at midnight.
Yeah, because then you just can't.
Like, there were nights that I would wear my work clothes to rehearsal and just go sleep in the work parking lot.
Oh,
In my car.
Oh my gosh.
it's rough. When I worked at a giant chain store, I would have shifts that would start...
Kmart. You can
Kmart.
say it.
Okay, I worked at Kmart. Would have shifts that started at, was it
Midnight.
midnight or was it 4?
I mean, you had midnight or you had 4. Yeah.
Yeah, like once a week on Sundays we would do that to like reset all the signs.
Oh,
and
that
everything.
would be 4
Yeah.
o'clock.
4 o'clock in the morning, and those are so rough because it's like, do I even go to sleep or do I just do I just play video games and go to work?
Sometimes when I'm like sleeping here at the apartment
Uh-huh.
and like I just get super stimulated here because I haven't seen Mr. Red and we're talking about our week or whatever. And it'll be like 11 o'clock and I'll be like, I can't sleep. Might as well stay up all night. Like, it's awful.
Yeah,
The worst. Sorry.
No, you're fine.
The worst is when like I'm crazy tired and I'm like, I need to go to bed, and I'm like, we're laying in bed and I'm like falling asleep, and she's like, so like I think our kid should be named Gwendolyn or something, and I'm just like, we can't talk
I
about
love
this
that.
right now.
That is totally me talking to my cat. Okay.
I don't think it's exactly the same.
No, not our kids, but just like casual conversation, like when I get really lonely.
Misha!
Like, Misha, what do you think?
It's just like desperately trying to
What's
fall
your
asleep.
opinion?
To be a
You
fly,
think no way, no way.
to be a fly on the wall.
Yeah,
The
definitely.
cat would eat me.
Oh yeah, it would. Whoops.
Oh
Yeah,
my
but no, I totally understand. When I worked at the bar, it was 9 to 3, my job hours, and it was just, ugh,
Yuck.
they were hard. Those were hard hours.
Mhm.
At that time, I also had another job that I had to be at 7, so that also
Fuck that.
sucks.
Oh.
Yeah.
So what was your favorite thing about that job?
No, we're not
The bar job?
No.
Oh, because that was actually pretty cool. I mean, I hated it, but I also loved that I could, like, make good money. I mean, it all depended on how many people were at the bar, but it could make pretty good money.
What
So,
question are we on?
I can do mine.
Okay.
My question, and I want everyone to think really hard about this.
Thinking.
Oh, man.
I have to think about my question. I don't want to.
The question is, what would you like the world to know?
Ooh.
ooh.
About what?
Anything. Let me start. I would like the world to know that just because something doesn't hurt in your mouth doesn't mean they ain't something wrong with it.
Ooh. Yeah.
That's a good one.
That's a great one.
I would like the world to know.
Shit.
Will you chill?
So sorry.
I would like the world to know that you can swallow your own spit and I don't have to suction your mouth.
Oh. Yes, I was thinking about this the other day because you said, I made a comment about like, if they don't use suction or whatever, and you're like, it's your own spit, just do it. But like, sometimes like, they use stuff and I don't know.
It's literally water.
Okay, I don't know. They don't explain that to
It's
you.
water.
Alright.
You can swallow it.
Wow.
It's actually good for you.
This is here's a PSA for everyone.
Yeah, that's what I'm like.
Swallow.
It's that type of thing. What is something that you either do in your career or you just know in life that you're like, why are people so stupid?
Mhm.
But, like, I just have to say that, like, I never even know. It's like there's saliva building up until the lady's like, oh, let me get that. Because
Okay.
like, I'm always numb.
That's fine, but it's when the people are like, can you start
like coming out my mouth. And then
Okay, that's fine when you don't know. But it's when the people who are like, I need suction, and I just want to be like, no, you can swallow. Like,
Oh, no.
Like, it won't kill you.
People
Like,
don't
people
know.
literally are like, no, this is poison, I can't.
Well,
And, like, you can.
I've totally like swapped.
But also-
cement.
And I want, one more thing, and then I'll let it go. One more thing. There is no such thing as soft enamel. So I don't want these pregnant bitches coming up in here and be like, oh, I got really bad teeth because my baby took all my calcium away from me. That's not a thing.
What do they? What?
Mothers will come in and be like, oh, I have all these cavities now because, like, when I was pregnant, like, my baby took, like, all my calcium away from me.
And that's called soft enamel?
And people call that
Yeah,
soft
that's what
enamel.
my
That's
grandma
not,
called it.
that is not a thing.
That's what my grandma called it. She's soft teeth.
No, that's not a thing. She has
I
poor
do that.
genetics.
Isn't
I
it?
do got a question.
Haven't we
Okay, I'll
haven't we
try to
talked about
answer
this?
it.
Isn't it just like
It's your-
you vomit more? So
No.
So like,
It's
for
the
instance,
genetic. Well, that's a thing for bulimics. Yeah.
Well, no, for people who are pregnant because like.
Well, yes.
it's
Oh,
harder-
yes.
it's harder to-
Gestational periodontal. Yeah.
Okay.
It's because you're vomiting more. But what's your
You were
question?
saying-
Is it true? Because this lady told me at the dentist office that like your saliva can be more acidic and that causes more
Yes.
cavities. And
That's
I never,
true.
Like she told me that it was a while ago now, but I was always meaning to ask you because I was like, really, I've never heard of that before.
Yes.
But, okay.
And your saliva components, they change over time. So, people can go through their young adult life and they can drink pop all the time and they never have a problem and they never have cavities and all of a sudden they're like 35 and boom, they're getting all these cavities and they haven't done anything different. It's just your saliva components and they're changing and they're mutating and all that good stuff.
Oh,
So that is
awesome.
true. But that's what I want everybody to know.
Okay. Cool.
That's, yeah.
Is there anything else anybody would like anyone to know?
Oh,
I know, it's a...
You should have.
I should have gave
this one.
Yeah, gave this to you
I
guys.
have one.
Okay.
Guys, it's fine. That's what I want people to know. Like, it's fine. Anything that like comes up, like don't worry about it. Like, so people get so worked up about things that don't matter. Sometimes about like other people's business. Like, hey, I don't like that you're this way or whatever. It's fine. Leave it alone. Just don't try to put yourself anywhere you don't need to be. If something's in your life that you're like stressing out about, don't worry about it. You can try to work through it and like make it better, but like it's all going to be okay. Like literally think of the worst case scenario and that's usually not that bad.
You do that to me all the time and it really does help.
Mm-hmm.
I'll be stressed about something. He'll be like, what's the worst that could happen? And I'll tell him and he'll be like, do you really think that will happen? And most of the time I'll be like, no.
Well, no. Right.
Yeah.
There's obviously the spiraling effect where what's the worst thing that could happen? It's like, well, it could like, this could happen, and then like I die or whatever. And it's like, okay, but realistically, what's the worst thing that can happen? And it's usually like somebody says a mean thing to me and it's like, okay, they say a mean thing to you and then tomorrow it's fine.
I bet you have some really good advice for people who are checking out at Kmart.
Oh, I definitely do have advice for people who are checking out at Kmart. Don't shop at Kmart.
Okay.
Why?
For one thing. Well, the store's bad.
I don't
And
really
also,
go there very often,
it's
but
awful.
Sometimes I do.
the store's bad. And, okay. Whew, boy. I how much time do I have for this?
2 minutes.
There's a, there are a lot of things that people feel entitled to. For example, coupons. If they bring coupons. If they just bring in a coupon and they're just like, oh, I have this, so I get everything for free or whatever. Or like just insane stuff like that. Sometimes the CoverGirl pointed to herself. I want the world to know.
I do.
Sometimes customers will pick something up and will put it away on another shelf where it doesn't belong. Now, I'm not gonna judge people who do that because that's just people.
You do me.
Oh, but
all the time.
I do. But right here, I'm not gonna do that. Sometimes people will put things away in places that have signs for like monetary values that aren't for the thing that it's setting on. And customers will grab that thing, come to the register, and be like, "Oh, this says that it was like $3 when clearly it's a $20 item or whatever." But they're like, "I should get it for $3 because that's what I saw." And I saw it. I saw that it said $3. I saw that, so it should be that. And I'm like, this is a previous life. I don't have to worry about this anymore. But like, I mean, we would just have to give that to the customer because we didn't want to make a scene, but it made me so...
I feel that.
I didn't know that worked.
I feel like that's
how
how
I'm gonna start doing that.
You make a big deal about it, Will.
Exactly, but we shouldn't allow people to do that.
We shouldn't. We should.
That just makes people entitled.
I mean,
Yes.
sometimes we wouldn't. Like, it depends on the situation.
I just don't think anybody should.
I know, it definitely shouldn't be a thing at all. It should be like, this is the price, and you can deal with that in your own way. You can either buy it or leave. I also hated when people would be like, is this thing on sale? But they know what the final price is anyway. Like, they would be like, oh, this thing is $3. Is that the sale price? And I'm like, can you afford $3? Then it doesn't matter.
Wow, maybe they couldn't afford $3.
Well, then they shouldn't buy it. It doesn't matter if it's on sale. They're not going to buy it anyway.
I do sometimes ask. I usually go through self-checkout, but like...
Self-checkout
No,
is
Kmart does
a
not have a
blessing, but
self-checkout.
I do that to avoid people, but I mean, when I have to go into a line sometimes, when they're just like going and ringing something, like, wait, did you get the price on that? Because I don't want to have to like, because that's happened before where I get my receipt and I'm like, wait, you charge me like $5-6 more.
My mom does that and it almost drives me insane.
I have to go to the customer service and it's ridiculous. I don't like doing it. So I just make sure sometimes.
Stores are bad, and
I usually don't say anything because
I never want to say anything.
because I used to work retail, so it's like I understand the struggle.
I'll be in a line and I'll put something in and I'm like, oh, this is on sale. I'm going to get it for a really cheap price, and it'll be like double the original price or something. And I'm just like, it's fine. I'll buy it. It doesn't matter.
I won't say anything if it's for like myself, but like if somebody else that I'm with is having a problem, then I'll say something.
Yeah.
Like how we got you that sweater that one time.
Yeah, that I've heard a lot of people say that it's easier to say something for somebody else and not for yourself.
That's cool.
But my mom don't care. She's like, excuse me, this is wrong.
She's a white lady. She can do that.
Yeah.
I know.
She can,
She's freaking scary too. I'm always like, I never say anything.
Anyone else?
I just want to say that I came into that sort of situation not too long ago at a fast food place, and the girl, like, didn't give me my change back, and I don't know what was going through my head, because I was like, oh, she must be new, blah, 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 and I was just like, okay, and, like, left, and it was the most awkward thing I've ever done in my life. But she didn't give me my change back.
How much change was it?
Not much. It was like 20 cents or something, and I was just like, okay. Like, robot.
Be like, I needed that for my parking.
Yeah, if it was like a whole dollar, I'd been like, bitch, give my fucking money.
I can get a gumball for that.
Not even.
Not even.
Not even anymore.
But
cool.
Is that your hanky?
It is.
That's my glasses cleaner.
Oh, that's not your hanky.
Who else has advice for the world?
I just gotta think about that.
Crop your head out of your nudes.
Oh,
That's great advice.
It is. Also for me.
Never take the
But, yes, it is.
I had that. Well, he didn't. I cropped my head out of like my actual nudes that I sent this guy, but like the other pictures I sent him, I didn't. And he posted them on this revenge porn site. And
what was he revenging?
He was upset because I had to go to rehearsal, and he didn't think I was actually going to rehearsal.
See, men are garbage.
They are trash!
This is why.
But I was like a sophomore in college, I think. And I'd only sent pictures to those specific pictures to him, so I knew he did it, and he denied it for so long. And I was like, fucking.
Because were those pictures only sent to him?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's what she just said.
Okay, I was listening.
Yeah, crop your head off your nudes.
Or just don't send nudes.
And also wear whatever the fuck you want.
Yeah.
No.
True that.
No?
Yes. If I want to walk outside in fucking underwear and a tank top, you gonna let me walk outside in fucking tank top?
I can't wait till
I'll
you
be
two
like,
get
bitch.
married.
Yeah.
Get the fuck back inside the house.
I don't know.
I just can't wait for that wedding.
Oh.
I seen this lady wearing like a crown the other day in the store, and I was like, girl.
I struggle with
Crown?
A crown.
Like a Burger
Like a
King
tiara?
crown?
It was like a...
like
Gosh,
a Burger
I was
King.
trying to give her... No, I mean, it was the same shape,
Okay.
but it was obviously handcrafted. And I was thinking,
Obviously.
did a child do it? And then I looked at her a little closer and I was like, I don't think so. I think she did that
I think you
herself.
made that.
You
She
know,
looked a little, not trying to be mean. But
it's easy to mock people who go out wearing crowns, but I wish that I had it in me
To do that.
just put that on and go out in public. I don't think I could do it.
Let's do it.
One
Let's all do it
time,
together.
Yeah.
One
we
big
were coming
crown
home
party.
from a convention. I was literally green.
Yeah.
And Mr. Red was like, we went through the drive-thru of Wendy's, and he was like, why are you being so weird? Or I think I was driving, and I was like, I parked the car so he could
Get out
get
and go,
out and
in.
go through it,
Yeah.
go through the drive-thru, and him order. And he's like, why are you doing this? And I'm like, I'm green, and I don't have it in me to go through the...
Can I make a brief point about this recurring bit that keeps showing up in our relationship, which is we'll go to a convention and dress up as characters, and she will be something completely outlandish and ridiculous, and I'll just be like in a t-shirt.
But they're from the same thing,
Yeah,
and
but they
it's
are.
so
So,
annoying.
For example, we'd go as I was Star-Lord and she was Gamora, so she had to dress green and have like all this
And
hair
he
stuff.
literally had to take off his glasses.
Yeah,
And that
I
was
had to
it.
take off my glasses and put a jacket
And what did he
on.
do? Bitch the entire time that he couldn't see anything.
Because I wasn't wearing my glasses. I wanted to put them on.
I'm like, I'm green.
So
I painted my whole body.
You made that choice, though.
I
that's
looked
true.
damn good.
It looked great. So,
But I've done that multiple times.
It's hilarious that it continues to happen.
I've also literally almost been in my underwear with like thin genie pants and like and then had to leave a
Hell
convention. Yeah.
You had to leave. Why?
Well, because you have to leave. You have to leave
You
the
can't
convention
just- you can't
sometimes.
just
I
live at
thought you
the
meant like you got kicked out. Or
No,
something.
no,
I was like, what?
Hell no. You should see some of these people that go to
Well,
these
that's what I
conventions.
mean. I've
Well,
seen
the crowns.
pictures.
not in the grocery store though.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, fuck that. If
Yeah,
you wanna-
crowns are not okay unless
I struggle with this so much. Like, yes, you should be able to wear whatever you want. Any body shape, size should be able to wear whatever they want. And then I look at some people, I'm like, you could try harder.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
Same.
like,
I do the exact same thing.
I'm like, ooh, those jeans, no. It's hard. People should just be able to do whatever they
Well,
want.
it's because you see those pictures, like, and you see it in real life sometimes, like, you know, like the people at Walmart, you know, and they're wearing the most outlandish things.
hmm
Don't wear pajamas.
don't wear
How about
that.
do
I'm
that?
thinking
Don't
for
wear
you.
that.
Like
Yeah.
you're gonna end up on that page. Take that off.
I've worn pajamas out to like.
Yeah, you're a hobo.
You have to sometimes.
No, you don't.
All right. So, any more life advice or work advice?
Without gay people, y'all would be miserable.
That's right.
We would be.
Was that your gay voice or your
That's-
ghetto voice?
It was a little bit of
A
both.
little bit of both.
No, count me out, count
It
me.
was a gay ghetto person.
I agree. Cool. Who else? Anyone? Is that it?
I think
That's
that's it. Did you give life advice?
Yeah, she said the...
Did I?
Yeah,
No crowns.
no
Yeah,
crowns.
People of Walmart.
Well, fuck that, because if I had a crown, I'd wear Earth Day.
No, you
'Cause
can, but
I'm-
like,
But you can.
you can't.
Some people
You see,
just
if I see
can't.
like you out in public, where I wouldn't think it's that weird because
Because she's black.
no, because like she looks like you know, like she's put together. She knows what she's
Royalty.
doing.
Royalty is the only answer I needed.
She can
Oh, she looks royale.
Royale.
But like, you know what I mean?
Yes,
This
I
lady
know
did
what you
not
mean.
look sane.
I get it. Yeah.
I got you. I got you.
Also, I will say I did see a lady. And I don't know if I told you guys this before, but when I was in California, I seen this
Country
woman
apple, I love
wearing
this
this like old kind of crazy-ish looking woman wearing a fishnet top with nothing underneath.
Why are you
You can't
exposing
wear
me?
that. Don't wear that.
Don't
It's terrible.
expose me like
I've
that.
seen that.
She was like poking through, but like this.
Oh,
It was awful.
you're
It was
you're
awful.
pointing
I'm
downwards.
pointing down. All the way down to like my belly button area. That's about where she was
Cat.
at, for sure.
So who asked questions so far? Are we? What's the
You,
situation?
me, and gay.
Okay. We have
So,
2 more questions.
My question is,
There's that southern girl. It's because you put on that country apple.
I didn't put it on.
You
But you
can if you
smelled
want
it.
to.
I did smell it because it brings me lots of memories. Now that we're talking about accents, I forgot my question.
He said so. I think that's
Let
it.
me tell you.
Let me tell you. What is...
Oh. No, I don't want to ask that question.
You look like you really wanted to.
I
though.
did, and I decided against it. Okay, what is your biggest fear while driving?
What's yours?
While driving.
Mine is hydroplaning in the rain and dying.
That's a good one.
I will drive in the snow all day and all night. But do not ask me to drive a long distance when it's fucking raining because I'll have a heart attack and die. It's so scary.
It is.
Falling asleep.
Ooh. That's a
Because
good one.
I have fallen asleep for like 1 sec, like it's literally just a second before. And like when you wake up, it's like the most terrifying thing ever.
Yeah.
Because it's like, oh my god. Like
What do
I
you
was
mean,
just
yeah?
sleeping.
That sounds scary. What do you mean? What do you mean, yeah?
What do you mean? What do you mean?
You were like so good, like, yeah, I understand that.
Yeah, that would be scary. You do that all the time.
I don't fall asleep.
No, say...
Oh.
What's yours?
Hitting a deer or a person or
Then
an
that's-
animal.
Oh my god.
You've hit a deer before?
No, the deer ran into me.
Yeah, the deer run always.
how it
They
always
always run into you.
Yeah. My current car got hit by a deer while it was driving before I owned it.
I one time was driving home from Mr. Rudd's parents' house to my house, and it was slightly snowing, and this frickin' dog ran out in front of me, and so I, of course, slammed on my brakes, and so I slip, and like ended up in a ditch.
Yeah, that was scary.
And then I had to call Mr. Rudd and be like, I'm in a ditch.
I was just like...
See, you're just supposed
Yeah.
to hit stuff like that.
I know, but I panic. I always close my eyes. And I know you're not supposed
What were
to.
you about to hit?
A dog.
A dog.
Oh god.
When
Yeah.
I got in my car accident,
Oh.
so it was really late at night, and I was going to meet a friend of mine
Mm-hmm.
at the strip club,
Uh-huh.
and I'm driving, and the deer ran out in front of me, and then it ran back.
Ooh,
Oh.
dumb deer.
Yeah, it ran back, and it hit the side of me. So then, like, I went over, and then I rolled a couple times.
Oh,
Like the car?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
jeez, that's
You
scary.
did? I never told you guys
No.
that.
No.
No.
Well, that's what happened. And then the deer was dead. I was not. But I saw it, like, I foreshadowed it happening.
Yes.
That's the wrong
Yes.
terminology, but like I knew it was going to happen, so I was able to prepare myself, like my whole body, because like I felt it and I was like sliding, and I was
And
like,
you
okay,
knew.
well you're gonna topple, so you need to like close your eyes and get in the fetal position.
Yeah.
And I wasn't wearing my seatbelt, and I think if I had worn my seatbelt, I would have died. The way that the car ended up and the way that I ended up,
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that like
Oh,
there would have been a
Nice.
no-go. Because I walked away with just one little piece of glass in my knee.
Dude.
My phone was there. I had one pair of high heels that were damaged. Like, it was... Nothing happened, but it was scary. But I just kept thinking to myself, like, if I had slammed on my brakes, I probably would have flipped
Uh-huh.
forward.
Right.
I loved that car.
Oh.
Aw.
that's really scary. And that's why whenever Mr. Ed leaves my house, I always say, watch out for deer. Because it always happens
Mhm.
when you're not thinking about it. But if you're thinking about it, it's not going to happen. That's right.
You got your eyes on the time there?
Oh, is that what you're asking
We're
me?
getting close to 2 hours, so it's
Yeah,
gonna-
but we didn't
Oh,
use the
God.
front. No, we didn't use the front part of it, which was at least half an hour.
True, but that will stop recording at 2 hours.
Okay, we got 10 minutes.
Okay, what's coming up?
I don't have it.
No, you don't have a fear while driving?
Oh. Everything. Let me put that. Everything.
Yeah.
Yep, I got
Oh.
you.
Yep, I'm kind of scared of driving.
Ooh,
Especially
even,
in
like-
big cities. I'm
Oh,
scared
yeah.
I'm scared of roundabouts. I'm scared about, like, just traffic and just getting hit.
Mr. Red, what are you scared of?
I have an add-on when you're done.
Okay. It's kind of also everything. I get super nervous when I'm in the car, but specifically I've seen videos of like objects flying either from the road or off of other people's cars and like into windshields and
yeah,
everything.
that's really scary.
Something to think about.
And like
Wait, what did you just say?
like objects
like,
flying up.
into your
Okay, that's
windshield.
literally what I was going to add.
Oh, whoops.
Literally what I was going to add.
Sorry.
Because
But like,
I saw this video.
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's probably the same one.
We were like,
Probably, because it scarred me.
yeah, like the
You-
guy's wife.
Yes!
Yeah, the guy.
What?
Yes!
you can keep this to yourself. I don't want to see it.
Okay.
Like, it doesn't show anything, but like the
Yeah.
panic in the guy's voice
Yeah,
is just like...
like the guy's
I'm getting
reaction to
goosebumps
it is
right
like just nauseating.
Was she okay?
Oh,
No.
No, she died.
She died.
She
Yeah.
flew through
Because
it?
a brick flew
No,
off
the
of
thing-
a truck's
Oh,
thing and
it
hit
hurt.
the windshield.
that was
and
kind
hit
of
through the
recently,
windshield.
wasn't it?
Like 5 years ago or so.
No,
Right.
Something happened.
Well, yeah, the
Talking
kids,
about
the stupid
the
kids on the bridge
bridge.
were throwing stuff.
Oh,
yeah.
that's a thing too. Yeah. Just nightmarish. It's awful.
Well, one time we were in the car on the highway and some like ice flew off of one car and hit our windshield. It didn't
Yeah.
bust through, but it's still like I could tell you were like,
Yeah,
and
I
about
I think
passed
that's
out.
literally what I was thinking. I was just like,
yeah. I'm like, it's just snow. It's okay.
Yeah. But also, I recently had an incident in my car where, this is several months ago, where I like slid and like my car spun out and I hit a barrier and then went spinning into the next barrier on the opposite side of the road. And that freaked me out. Now whenever like I'm driving and even if I get the slightest hint that my car is moving, like veering in one direction or the other, I'm immediately just like, because I know that
I know.
it's like just so traumatizing. It's awful. Cars are scary.
They are scary.
I'm really
Very
afraid
scary.
of driving behind semi trucks that are
Ooh.
carrying things.
Yeah.
Like
Because,
logs.
there's a Final Destination movie
Yeah,
where
yeah,
that
Yeah, the
happened,
logs, yep.
and I can't ever stop thinking about it.
That movie literally completely scarred. I saw that movie. That was the first Final Destination movie I saw. And it was only that scene, and I didn't know like what the movie was. Like literally, I just like turned on the TV, and there was this scene and I didn't know what was going on. I was just like, I'm scarred for life.
I'm always scared water bottles will get stuck under
Yeah, water bottles. That was messed up.
Under
your brake pedal.
The brake pedal.
Oh.
Mm.
Well, water bottles you could smash.
Well, yeah, but not in a movie.
Yeah, I was gonna say not when they're full and they're stuck.
Yeah.
Now when they're full, when they're stuck, duh.
Well, this
Damn, Al.
has been a horrifying episode.
I feel like we didn't all ask questions.
One of us didn't ask a question. But one of us
But she doesn't have a question.
said
Okay.
that she didn't have a
I
question.
asked plenty of questions earlier.
Yeah,
She
she's
did.
So, thank you for listening to our wonderful show, Peeves and Qs.
Welcome back, guys.
Yeah, it's been a while. We're going to get back into the swing of things. Yeah, we are. And I'll tell you why. You can find me on Twitter at Mr. Spelled Out the Long Way, Red 2342 at Mr. Red 2342. Oh, here we go. If you want to email the podcast, you can do that at peevesandqspodcast@gmail.com, and you can tweet us things at Peeves and Qs on Twitter. So, thank you for listening. Comment, share, subscribe, all those things.
You can find me at gay.
You get
You know.
Okay. Cool. Well, thank you for listening, and
Bye.
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 Bye, bitch.